And we are live. Good afternoon, everyone. Mary Gaucher here with Chris Matthews. And Jamie is in Austin, Texas, finishing up a very eventful week at South by Southwest. She's played 750 million shows. And now she's as old as I am. She is actually gonna keep it going and get the late flight home to Nashville tonight, and I'll see her at the airport 10:30 tonight. But for now, she's still down in Austin and doing the rounds. So I thought, gosh, what do I do? What do I do? Jamie's gone, and I need some help around here. And I have new friends in town, and so. Yep. Chris Matthews has moved to Nashville with,
so excited.
With Heather May and Ra, and we're so happy to have you here.
So happy to be here, Mary. So happy to be here.
Welcome to Nashville.
Thank you so much.
You know, this is so exciting for me to have y'all here.
Yeah, it's just a treat, an absolute joy to get to be here with you. So thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, this is cool. This is a way to break it in. I met you on the road somewhere along the way.
I think, the first time I got to see you was a long time ago, actually. I saw you playing at a women's music festival, and I heard you sing a cover of Sojourner Truth, and I was hooked. I was a Mary Gaucher fan immediately, even though that wasn't your song.
It's Jack Hardy wrote
the way
that.
You sang it, I was like, who is that? And I need every album that she's ever made. But yeah, then the Folks Fest, we got to hang out with each other in Colorado and really just hit it off. And yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, you brought me back there. I forgot about that. There was a time when we did I think it was a side stage round at the Falcon Ridge Folk Festival, tribute to Jack Hardy. He was a New York City-based songwriter. And he used to have a pasta supper for songwriters in Manhattan. And a lot of what are now the elders in the community used to go there. Amazing. And the rule was you had to bring a new song every week.
Wow.
And people like Dar Williams.
Nice.
John Gorka, Sean Colvin. Went to Jack's with the new songs, and he workshopped them, and he was a songwriter.
Wow.
And when we did the Jack Hardy tribute after he passed at Falcon Ridge Folk Festival in upstate New York, they asked me if I would pick a song of Jack's, and I found a song that he wrote about Sojourner Truth.
Yep.
And basically the idea was, ain't I a woman, said Sojourner Truth, ain't I a woman?
Oh yeah.
And I just embodied that.
Yeah.
It is an incredible song.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And I loved it so much because one of my, I'm a preacher's kid, so one of the programs we did every February was like our Black History Month program, and they turned that speech those words are from into a poem, and I would recite that poem. So seeing you sing that poem as a song, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. It was awesome.
She was a force. If you haven't been introduced to Sojourner Truth, please get familiar with her. Of course, she named herself Sojourner Truth because she was a slave and didn't have her own name.
Yep.
She was a freed slave, and wow, did her voice radiate through time and continues to have that radiance. So what we're going to do today, I think, is just chat and swap songs.
That sounds great.
And since you're my guest, and I want to introduce you to everybody on my stream, I think you should go first.
All right, I'll do it.
All right.
Well, this first one is called Exactly Where You Are, and this is off of my album Changemakers. And I always like to start with this when I'm getting to sing for some new folks, so I think this is a good place to start.
Fantastic.
I've traveled all across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again. Found common ground around every bend, and far fewer strangers than I've found friends. A little princess jawing at breakfast with wonder in her eyes. An immigrant on the phone with her abuela saying goodbye. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, exactly where you are. I've been from sea to shining sea, from Mendocino to Carolina Beach. And what I found town after town is folks getting right back up when life knocks them down. A sweet widow from Ohio who still sings with every track. A rambling man with his whole life packed up on his tired back. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, exactly where you are. As I've journeyed far and wide, I've tried to reach out across the great divide, across those knowns and those unknowns that keep us in opposing corners so alone. This or that, insert whatever social construct that you like. I hope all our better angels take the wheel for a while. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. Just me and you. Just me and you, yeah. Just me and you, yeah. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, exactly where you are.
Yes.
Hey, thanks.
Hi.
Hi,
What's up?
sorry to hop in here. Can you guys double check your audio settings
Yeah, we sure
from when
can.
you guys got kicked out and came back
We
in? I
sure
think they
can.
changed.
Okay, go up to audio. No, they're on the Scarlet.
It's Scarlet.
Yep.
Is the thing the
Automatically
check
adjust.
Yeah.
is
Yep.
it checked?
Yep.
Okay.
She's got our back.
She sure does. Thanks, Jamie.
But apparently there's
Got a little opportunity with the audio. Sorry about that, folks.
Jamie's in Austin running this stream from behind the scenes, and apparently there's audio stuff going on that I don't know how to fix.
I don't know. Looks like they got the message all right, though.
At the bottom of my tears, on the backside of my fears, at the center of the pain, I hear my voice call out your name. Days go by, nothing works. I can't believe how much this hurts. I don't know where you are. It's dark enough to see the stars, dark enough to see the stars, dark enough to see the light in an ocean black and deep. In the middle of the night, as I hold on to your love, like those lights from up above, I have drifted out so far. It's dark enough to see the stars. Curse the clock, time is a thief. Every life it measures brief. Every child is born to die, but the soul is born to fly under heaven's canopy. Tiny diamonds, you and me, lightning bugs inside a jar. It's dark enough to see the stars, dark enough to see the stars, dark enough to see the light in an ocean black and deep. In the middle of the night, as I hold on to your love, like those lights from up above, I have drifted out so far. It's dark enough to see the stars. I've been carried out so far. It's dark enough to see the stars.
Yeah. Man, Mary, so good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that title had been hanging around for years, and I just grabbed it straight out of a Dr. King speech.
Beautiful.
That when things get really, really hard and things get really, really dark, that's when you can see the stars. That's when it comes into focus what matters.
Yeah.
When you don't have a lot of options, what matters is really clear.
Yeah.
And I guess, we've all been through that in the last little
indeed.
bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
In some way or another. And I guess that's kind of what we were going for there. But
Beautiful.
thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, geez, on that note, I think I'll sing. I think I'll sing this one. This is kind of about going through those dark times. I wrote this after passing a car on the highway in Manassas, Virginia, that had a bumper sticker in the back of it, a truck that said, "Shoot your local heroin dealer." And it just struck me in such a way and made me wonder what their story might be.
Ooh, yeah,
And,
there's a story there.
Definitely. And really reminded me, of how many of our neighbors are struggling and carrying these heavy burdens that a lot of us just don't know anything about. And so this song is called "This Kind of War."
He's got a hole in his heart where his daughter used to be. And another one for the neighbor down the street. It's a war zone from the pulpit to the bleachers, students and teachers drowning his sweet little mining town is crumbling down around him. He was a simple kind of man, never thought this would be his life. They say misery loves company, but then the heartbreak claimed his wife. And this is one fight he can't win with an enemy he can't see. He's just another walking casualty of an overdose tragedy. He said, yeah, I used to be like you. Now I'm like the sticker out of my rear view. It says shoot your local heroin dealer, that low-down murdering dream stealer, 'cause the bodies just keep piling up. How much longer till you've seen enough? No matter what you do, oh, this kind of war will claim you if it wants to. He said first, do no harm on the doctor's office wall. So even when the pills felt like overkill, she watched her husband take them all. It's a gateway to a kingdom where the promise is no more pain. It'll cost them all they have, what they'll lose can't be regained. She lets her hands hide her face as they take her love away. He's just another one of the 20-some whose demons won that day. And this is one fight she can't win with an enemy she can't see. She's just another walking casualty of an overdose tragedy. She said, yeah, I used to be like you. Now I'm like the sticker out of my rear view. But it's not just the heroin dealer. The pills do more harm than needles, and the bodies just keep piling up. How much longer till you've seen enough? No matter who you are, oh, this kind of war is bound to leave some scars. There's a ruptured generation in the hills of West Virginia, and a broken-hearted mayor in Nashville, Tennessee. The revenants in Portland and Tacoma are falling where they stand. This war is like a hurricane, it's already claimed the Northwest, the Rust Belt, and the Heartland. And yeah, they used to be like you, and what they've seen would change you too. It's not just the heroin dealers, prescriptions do more harm than needles, and the bodies just keep piling up. How much longer till enough's enough? No matter what you tried before, you can't just say no to this war.
Boy, that's powerful.
Thank you, Mary.
What a beautiful song.
Thanks so much.
Dream Stealer.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I started watching this documentary on the opioid crisis, and it really made a point that I hadn't given any thought to before. There's this town in West Virginia that's called the overdose capital of the world, and there are so many young kids in that town who are being raised by their grandparents because their parents are either dead or incarcerated. So you have this entire generation of kids who are being socialized in a very different way than other kids their age in other places because they're being raised by people who are 2-3 generations older than them. And so it's just like one of those side effects that you just don't really think of. You don't think about the implications and the way that that's going to affect those kids later on down the road, just for the fact that they've sheerly just been raised by a completely different generation of people. It's fascinating stuff.
Gosh, yeah, wow, I would have never thought of that. I played Mountain Stage. You guys played Mountain Stage.
Yep, just played there.
And the driver of the van, we got to talking about the opioid crisis in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And he said, did you know this is also now the AIDS capital?
Wow.
That there's more HIV positive in our community anywhere in the country.
Wow.
in that little area of West Virginia.
Man.
It's a chain reaction of things you don't think about.
Exactly, Mary.
And
Yeah.
it's a powerful song. Just incredible writing there.
Thank you so much. That means the world coming from you. Gosh.
Well, if you're just getting on this stream, this is Chris Matthews,
Hey, everybody.
C-R-Y-S, Chris Matthews, and Chris just moved to Nashville from D.C. area.
Yep.
But you started in the South, right?
Oh yeah, born and raised in southeastern North Carolina, a little tiny town right outside of Jacksonville, which is outside of Wilmington because people don't know where Jacksonville is. But yeah, grew up there. Went to college at App State, so learned how to write songs actually in the mountains of North Carolina, which I think is why country and Americana and bluegrass felt so at home.
Come naturally.
Just osmosis, it just seeped right in there.
Isn't it something?
Yeah.
So you're the progeny of someone who preaches in the AME Methodist Church.
That's it. Mom's a preacher. Mom's an AME preacher. Yeah, which a lot of folks always assume it's my dad, but it's Mom. She's the Rev.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, as you can imagine, my coming out was quite tumultuous with the preacher for a mom. But
AME
yeah.
is pretty open in some ways, right?
In some ways, yeah. I think because of that, E stands for Episcopal. So because of that, a lot of the Episcopal Church doctrine is adopted in the AME family as well. So it is not as, I will say, exclusionary. That is my diplomatic way of saying that. It is not as exclusionary as some denominations, for sure. But for her specifically, her journey and the journey that we've had has been really beautiful. Just where she is now, in her love and accepting and welcoming of me, is absolutely a beautiful thing. And in the words of the great Maya Angelou, I wouldn't give nothing for my journey. Because there's so many kids, they hear that, oh, it gets better, and they think that's just lip service. They don't think that's something that could be true for them, but it 100% is. So I wouldn't change that hard patch with her, because when I get to be on stages and being open and being myself, I get to tell that story to kids, and they get to have a little bit of hope. So it was worth it for that.
It does get better. Yeah. It does get better.
Definitely.
And I love that that the preacher is your mom.
Yeah.
Would you characterize your family as a matriarchy?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Yeah. I tend to find that to be the case with a lot of Southern Black families specifically. And I'm sure there's some, reasons for that, with family separation. I'll say one of, not the original, because I think the Trail of Tears might have been the very original bit of family separation, but our community certainly endured our version of family separation as well. So, I'm sure some of that played a part, but yeah, by and large, we were very much a matriarchal community for sure. Generation after generation, grandma, as sweet as she was, we still knew that was grandma's house.
CEO.
So, that's it.
Grandma boss.
Exactly.
Well, that right there blows up the patriarchy.
Yeah.
And so it allows for a different experience in the world. And the strength embodied in that probably is the energy I'm feeling coming off of your spirit and your music.
Thanks.
It's probably a chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long line of some amazing women coursing through these veins for sure.
Oh my God. Well, there's a presence to it, and I sure do feel it. I feel it coming off of you, and I'm watching people in the chat. They feel it coming off.
That's
you
awesome.
Too. Yeah, so much of what we do is I guess not a choice in a way, that we come containing things.
Yeah.
And we don't choose them, and they're there, and we can manifest them or we can switch them.
Yep.
Some of it's practicing and all that. We're working hard on our songs, but the spirit kind of it's like this is it, and there's sort of a directions that here's what your thing is going to be.
Yeah.
And so I think as a young songwriter, we're trying to find what our thing is going to be.
Yeah.
Because we can't do all things. We got to do our thing.
Yeah.
And finding our voice. And your journey has been pretty extraordinary. You said you have 9 records.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of records for someone young. Yeah.
I've had a little bit to say.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And this most recent release has been kind of a rocket ship for you, right?
Yeah, very much so. Changemakers, it just came out March 26th of 2021. And it's kind of a scary thing to figure out, okay, are we going to release an album in the middle of a global pandemic when most of us are out of work? And it was just because of the nature of the album and the nature of the songs. It's cover to cover, front to back, a social justice album. That song, This Kind of War, is on there. And it's just like the songs were too urgent to kind of wait. Even if it meant that it didn't get to kind of run the typical trajectory of an album, you know, with the PR and all that other stuff. It was like, that stuff doesn't matter. Those songs are important, and they're very important right now in this moment that we're living in. People have a lot that's on their shoulders, as is. So, you know, don't wait, put it out. And so we did. And it was amazing because it was like in the middle of a global pandemic, that album was funded fully by supporters, by people who believed in those songs and wanted to make sure they came out. And so for the types of songs that they are, to be able to say that it was released with a community of love behind it is just so powerful and beautiful. So that one's always going to be special to me.
Yeah, and it really put you on the map in a new way.
Yeah, first time being on a Grammy ballot. First round, not second round.
I voted
first
for you,
time.
by the way.
Hey, thanks, Mary.
Yeah, buddy, I got you.
That's so good.
I checked the box.
Awesome.
Chris Matthews, I absolutely voted for you.
Thank you.
And you've been on the road with some of my friends, Dar.
Yeah. She's so great. I just adore her. She is so
She's
wonderful.
so sweet.
She really is.
We were referencing Dar Williams.
Yeah.
And you've really been sort of doing the road dog thing.
Yeah.
In spite of the pandemic, you're kind of weaving and bobbing your
Yeah.
way through this because of the energy of that record.
Yeah,
Has opened doors.
definitely.
Isn't it interesting? You throw a record out and you think this is it, and then nothing happens, and you throw another one out, and then doors open. It's just the strangest thing.
Yeah.
It's almost your songs, you do your best every time, but sometimes your songs meet the times.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
That kind of happened with me with the record Rifles and Rosary Beats.
Very much so. Such a beautiful project. Man.
And I wonder if, let's say, if we put it out in 2022, if it would have the same impact.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's such a fascinating thing.
I think it's a timing thing.
Yeah. Stars aligning.
And you can't know.
Yeah.
You think you know, but it has a deeper wisdom.
Exactly.
The exact same project put out now probably wouldn't have the same impact, the Rifles and Rosary Beats project. And if your record came out a couple of years before,
Yep.
we weren't quite ready culturally.
Yeah.
You get it at the time.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, this stuff.
It really is.
And we're in control of literally none of it. All we can do is just do our best every time.
For sure.
Right?
For
And
sure.
thank everybody for being on the ride with us. I'm here with Chris Matthews in Nashville, Tennessee, in my writing room. Jamie's in Austin, Texas. She got us up and running. She fixed some audio problems, and now she's off to do what she has to do in Austin. And so I'm gonna come up with a song here. I don't quite know. Throw some requests in the comments, and I'll play what you want to hear. How's that?
Oh, look at that. Somebody said babies know when to be born. I
Babies
think
know when to be
our
born.
songs are very much like babies in a way. I always refer to mine as my babies. That's kind of true.
They're
That's
my babies.
That's a nice perspective.
Yeah. They know when to be born. It's true.
Yeah.
And yet songs have to find their time. You know. It's a timing thing. It really is.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's requesting the new one, Mary.
Amsterdam. Okay, we'll give you the new one. I don't really know how to play it all that great, but I'll do my best for you. This is the single that came out. The pre-release announcement of the new record was, I guess, last week before, and this single we put out into the world. I wrote this song with my dear Jamie Sweet Harris, and I wrote it after we were granted a wonderful twist of fate. We were going to Denmark to play the Tonder Folk Festival, and the flight, we made it to Boston from Nashville, and then the flight got messed up. And we had to go, we went a couple of days early because I used points to upgrade.
Nice. Yeah.
And so using points, you got to go with their schedule. Yeah. So a couple of days early, I used points to upgrade, but then the flight got screwed up. And so it's like, you're not going to be getting out of here today. not to. We had to fly to an airport in Germany. I said, well, can you get us to Amsterdam?
Nice.
And the answer was, yeah.
Fantastic.
So those extra days, it all worked out. We had 3 days in Amsterdam.
That's it.
And I wanted so much to show Jamie Amsterdam.
That's awesome.
Because it's one of my favorite cities in the whole world.
So beautiful,
And
Mary.
it was just so glorious to walk the streets of Amsterdam and point to the things
That's
that I know. Bicycle bells on Rembrandt Street, Spanish shoes on a stranger's feet, newsboy caps, old Dutchmen, an alley cat with the Cheshire grin, sailors' bars, old cafes, cobblestone carriageways, kisses in the summer rain, falling back in love again. All right, feeling all right in Amsterdam tonight. All right, feeling all right in Amsterdam, Amsterdam tonight. Rocking horse carousels, Calliope's cathedral bells, hyacinths and daffodils, tulips in the window sills. It's been a heartbreak year. I'm so glad to be back here, walking these old streets with you, wide awake, a dream come true. All right, feeling all right in Amsterdam tonight. All right, feeling all right in Amsterdam, Amsterdam tonight. Moonlight on the marble stairs, windows open to the square, late night coffee, gingerbread, cotton sheets, a king-size bed. None of this is gonna last, all of it is gonna pass, but I look into your eyes and see I got everything I'll ever need. All right, feeling all right in Amsterdam tonight. All right, feeling all right in Amsterdam, Amsterdam tonight.
So gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
So beautiful, Mary.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in and
Oh,
singing.
yeah.
That was fun.
I'm trying not to. That was
No,
hard
I
not
want
to.
you. I want you in there. That would be. That's fun.
That's so awesome. Oh man. All right, I think I might sing a little love song then.
Yeah, little love songs are good.
Yeah, you know. So I'm mostly singing social justice these days, so it's nice to get to just sing a little sweet love song from time to time.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
those are really just another type of love song. So this is one called Oklahoma Sunset.
Oh, beautiful.
And I wrote this sitting in the field of the Woody Guthrie Festival.
Oh, we were there together. Yep.
mid-July, Friday night, side by side, your hand in mine, just carrying on like we do. But I couldn't take my eyes off of you. She's beautiful, always. If I'm watching or not, if I do or don't say, even when the storm is rolling in, it doesn't stop her light from shining. Oh, she's an Oklahoma sunset on a summer night. Stop dead in my tracks just to bask in her light. Oh, she keeps me breathless. Her glory is endless. I hope her light never fades. But she's how I wanna end every day. The sight of her takes it all away. Just sitting on the back porch, taking her in, is enough to ease all my worrying. She's got a warmth about her that soothes me, a glow all around her that moves me, even when the storm is rolling in. Doesn't stop her light from shining. Oh, she's an Oklahoma sunset on a summer night. Stop dead in my tracks just to bask in her light. Oh, she keeps me breathless. Her glory is endless. I hope her light never fades. But she's how I wanna end every day. Until the pink hits her cheeks on those red hot nights. But my favorite part is her golden heart. Oh, she's an Oklahoma sunset on a summer night. Stop dead in my tracks just to bask in her light. Oh, she keeps me breathless. Her glory is endless. I hope her light never fades. But she's how I wanna end every day. I wanna end every day this way.
Love it.
Thanks, Mary.
And you know what? She is.
She's great, isn't she?
She
man,
is.
oh man.
I'm good friends with Heather May, Chris's
Yeah.
partner.
On and off stage. You know, trying to keep up with you two, making such beautiful music together.
We share quite a bit of a story, you know. Heather was one of my songwriting students many years ago.
That's awesome.
And just watching her take off, you know, and really find her voice and come into her power.
Yeah, very much so.
You know, it just has been a real thrill for me.
That's awesome.
And then she brings you into my life. Things are getting good around here.
That's it.
Well, somebody asked for this song, and I am going to fulfill a request. This is the song I wrote with my brother, Josh Gertz. I think he might even be on the stream. I have not seen Josh in a really long time.
Wow.
And I met Josh through Songwriting with Soldiers a lot of years ago now.
Amazing.
And Josh and I co-wrote this at the retreat in outside of Albany. And the words pretty much are his. It's his story, and I just tried to make it rhyme. And this was an incredible experience to see how this song went out in the world and did things. We were privileged to play it on the Opry, and it took the Opry audience to another level.
Wow.
when we finished, when we hit the last note, Josh is also a harmonica player.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we hit the last note on this one at the Opry. The band put their instruments down and applauded.
Wow.
The ushers were giving him a standing ovation. I mean, Josh was really embraced.
That's incredible.
And the song did the heavy lifting, I think. So this one here is co-write with my brother, Joshua, Josh Gertz. Looking back now, who the hell knows where the soul of a dead soldier goes? Guardian angels, maybe they're true. My guardian angel, maybe it's you. I shouldn't be here, you shouldn't be gone, but it's not up to me who dies and who carries on. I sit in my room, I close my eyes. Me and my guardian angel were still on the ride. I got holes in my eardrums, bruises and clots, double vision, and my stomach's in knots. I got pain in my fingers, I hurt from my head to my toes. I wake up feeling like I'm 90 years old. I shouldn't be here, you shouldn't be gone, but it's not up to me who dies and who carries on. I sit in my room, I close my eyes. Me and my guardian angel were still on the ride. You were my brother, you were more than a friend. You were family to me, right up till the end. You're still with me now, I feel you, I know. You're pushing me forward, and you'll never let go. I shouldn't be here, you shouldn't be gone, but it's not up to me who dies and who carries on. So I sit in my room, I close my eyes. Me and my guardian angel were still on the ride. Yeah, me and my guardian angel were still on the ride.
Man, so beautiful.
Yeah,
Man,
thank
Mary.
you.
Jeez.
Yeah, thank Josh, you
Yeah.
know, for being so brave to tell his story and
Yes, indeed.
put it out in the world, you know.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah, thank you for your service, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Wow. I'm like, what to even sing after that, man?
I know.
My goodness, so beautiful.
I don't know to sing after that myself, actually.
Well, let's see. I think I'm gonna try this one. This song is called "Selfless," and yeah, I don't think it'll need much of an intro after that song you just sang. So
Awesome.
We measure years in terms of seasons, how much darkness each day brings. And this year has been a hard one. It's felt like winter since last spring. But it's on the darkest nights that the stars that guide us shine. And in life, that's when you find out who will lay it all on the line. He was a doctor, a son, and a father, a lover and a friend. And his job was like his calling, not a clock punch to pay the rent. He treated every patient like he would his mom, his kids. And when his lover asked, was he scared, he said, baby, I was born for this. Oh, selfless is as selfless does. Some give it all just because. And in times like these, when sorrow's falling like the leaves, when the storm is more than a storm, heroes come in many forms. She couldn't see behind his mask, just the kindness in his eyes. And before she even asked, he said she was gonna be alright. 'Cause it's on the darkest nights that the stars that guide us shine. And in life, that's when you find out who will lay it all on the line. Well, he was right, she didn't recover. And one day when she was home, she saw an obit in the paper, and those kind eyes she'd come to know. She never got the chance to thank him, but she knew he saved her life. And with tears running down her face, she said, there is no greater sacrifice. Oh, selfless is as selfless does. Some give it all just because. And in times like these, when sorrow's falling like the leaves, when the storm is more than a storm, heroes come in many forms. Not all heroes wear capes or costumes. Not the person teaching your kids. Not the nurse sitting in your mom's room. Not the frontline worker taking so many risks. But selfless is as selfless does. Some give it all just because. And in times like these, when sorrow's falling like the leaves, when the storm is more than a storm, heroes come, heroes come in many forms.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Mary.
Fantastic. You should type in onto the chat how people can
Yeah.
get your music because they're asking.
Okay.
And every time I touch something, something breaks. So just,
I feel like I'm not doing much better. I'm not much of a Mac user, so good luck here.
yeah,
We'll see how it goes.
Oh shoot, we're already.
You know what? I'm gonna just do it right over here. That's it. I'm not even gonna chance it. Think we got him here?
Yeah, I think we're there.
All right, we're
All
gonna try it. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, we are live right now in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Jamie got us up and running, and then she had to run. She's
Yeah.
down in Austin. This is Chris Matthews.
Oh, see that? See it? Not quite. See, here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
we got it.
almost.
Also, it's not
Chris-
the best being left-handed too. That's tricky business.
Chris is typing it into the
see,
chat
is
as best as we can to how to
There we
get
go.
to her website.
All right, I think that's got it.
There it is. Boom.
Is that it? All right, we'll hit enter.
Enter. I see it
Yay.
spinning. It's going to show up. There you go.
That's the
Follow
hardest
that.
thing I will do all day long, folks. That's it.
Follow that to her website where there's plenty of opportunities to support her and her work.
Thank you, Mary.
I was on your website this morning actually looking around. You've got quite a few things in your merch store. Really
Yeah.
nice, beautiful stuff. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's the new album. It's a couple of songs up there that are kind of anthemic, and so we wanted to make some merch so folks could kind of have that energy with them all the time. So we got some Hope Revolution. I'm a big believer in hope being its own kind of form of resistance. So we've got some Hope Revolution stickers up there, some Change Makers stickers, shirts, and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, hope is actually radical.
Yes, indeed.
And the worse it gets, the more radical hope becomes.
Yep.
And God, we're nothing without it.
Yep.
We're nothing without it. Can't even get out of bed in the morning
Yeah.
without it. Yeah. Hope. Hope as a form of resistance. How
Yeah.
cool is that? All right, I'm gonna play a song that has hope in it, and I hope you'll sing too.
All right.
It's. Wait, hang on.
We tune because we care, folks.
Yeah, that was driving me the whole time I was
know.
playing Josh's song. That damn E string was doing that thing. All right, here we go. I got me an apartment on the east side, 1411 13th Street. I walk on the tracks by the Cumberland River, over the bridge, past Lover's Leap. I'm moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. I tore a hole in the pocket of the jacket you bought me in that thrift store in Camden Town. Behind the station, you wrapped your arms around me, you built me up, you tore me down. Moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. I see my breath disappear in the cold winter nights. Drums gathering driftwood by the river. Whistle blows a lonesome cry. Moving on through the pain, through the pain. Waiting on another train, another train. Moving on through the pain, through the pain. Waiting on another train, another train. Moving on through the pain, through the pain. Waiting on another train, another train. There'll be another train.
So good, man. One day, Mary, one day I'll write maybe one song as good as like any of your however many. Just one day.
I think you're doing
So
just
amazing.
fine, my
Gosh.
friend.
This is just such an honor. Such
You
an
know,
absolute
this
honor.
this is such a privilege for me to be able to have you here and just
Thank
come
you.
on upstairs. Let's just swap some songs.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing to be a songwriter amongst songwriters.
Yeah, it's feeling awfully good to be in this town, I'll tell you.
Yeah, there's just there's an energy to Nashville that is. I think if you stand in the right spot, there's a creative energy, and we're not in competition with each other.
Yeah.
We lift each other up.
Yes, it's definitely felt like that, which has been so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like everybody is just in such support of each other and just hoping everybody's craft gets even better. You know, it doesn't feel cutthroat. It really does feel like community, which has been a lovely surprise.
You know, there's a real sincere and earnest respect for the art form
Yeah.
and the level of difficulty of the art form. Writing songs is very, very dense art form, and you've got no time to say everything.
Yeah.
And so the respect for the art form, when someone lands a big one,
Yeah.
we all are like, whoa. It's like, okay, back to work.
Yes.
And we bow before it because
Yeah.
it's really a astonishing thing to be there in the presence of the masters.
Yeah.
And they're here. They really are.
Yep.
That's why I
Present
came here.
company included. I'm just like, wow.
That's why I came here, is to be around the masters, you know, and I've had that great privilege of, you know, being invited to tour with Guy Clark and work with Daryl Scott and write with Gretchen Peters and Beth Nielsen Chapman and these songwriters who have just taken the art form to the level of literature.
Yeah.
And brought the art form forward,
Yeah.
and they're here.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah,
It's so great to be here, Mary.
Well,
So great to be here.
it's so cool to share my room and my little platform with you.
Thank you.
everybody's really enjoying
Oh,
it.
I'm so glad. Thanks for listening, everybody. I appreciate it.
What you got in there?
Let's see. Well, I think I might want to try a new one.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, I'm so scared. Are you scared for me?
Well, I'm sitting here
terrified.
with all these lyric sheets because I can't remember words. She doesn't have a single lyric sheet. If it goes terribly wrong, you jump onto one of my lyric sheets.
Boy, oh boy. All right. I'm going to give it a whirl. You know, the scary stuff, sometimes you have to do the scary stuff, and this is definitely part of that. So I'm going to give it a shot, Mary.
You got
Man,
this.
my palms are already sweating.
You got
All right.
this.
This
You
is
got
called this is called cancel culture.
There's a whole lot in our culture I'd cancel if I could. Instead of banning books, I'd ban gerrymandering for good. The rich would feed the poor like the good Lord said they should. And every child, without exception, would feel loved and understood. No more whitewashing our history when the truth will set us free. No more watching corporate profits soar while people sink into poverty. No more telling kids they're flawed because you think that your God would. There's a whole lot in our culture I'd cancel if I could. There's a whole lot in our culture we should cancel right away. Instead of banning saying gay, we should ban racist holidays. Teachers should get to teach without worrying about their pay, or if they'll have an active shooter that they'll have to keep at bay. No more kids in bulletproof backpacks. It's a school, not a war. No more pretending that machine guns are what the Second Amendment was for. No more doing nothing because it's easier most days. Yeah, there's a whole lot in our culture we should cancel right away. There's a whole lot in our culture we could cancel if we tried. Instead of banning abortions, we could trust women to decide. Every size and shape of body could be normalized, and every type of mental illness could finally be destigmatized. No more squeezing and contorting into boxes we don't fit. No more saying that we're fine when we're not, but scared to admit it. No more telling little boys it's better not to cry. Yeah, there's a whole lot in our culture we could cancel if we tried. We've been marching in these streets, singing we shall overcome, praying all the world would give up all their bombs and all their guns. I just want peace of every kind for the whole world tonight, and to believe that Martin was right. We can drive out the darkness with the light. We can drive out the darkness with the light. Drive out the darkness with the light. We can drive out the darkness with the light.
Oh, man. Yeah, take that, cancel culture. I love how you flipped it. That's
Yeah,
cool. How'd you get
thanks.
that idea?
Man, you know, it was just, I was sitting there thinking, it's like, for me, you know, there's this certain swath of the population who, you know, likes to kind of make these false equivalencies all the time. And by doing that, they kind of make something that is nefarious, they try to put it on the same level as something that is not nefarious. And so, you know, we're having this conversation about, if you're so afraid of cancel culture, just don't do anything that would require you to be canceled. It's
Yeah.
not very difficult. It's very simple, you know, and so it's not a situation where just having these difficult conversations mean that, you know, you will just automatically be canceled. And so the idea of convincing people of that it's better if you just stay quiet, that is a covert way to make sure people do absolutely nothing, which is a really good way to make sure none of this stuff that needs to change will ever change.
And that, in a weird way, that way everybody's canceled.
Exactly.
We're
And
cowering
so, you know,
in fear.
to kind of turn that on its head, you know, and say, hey, this is not the case. There's a whole lot of stuff we actually could cancel. There's a whole lot of stuff that actually should be canceled, and kind of point some of those things out. It just happened to coincide with Florida taking it upon themselves to try to tell trans kids that they don't belong, and Texas telling trans kids they don't belong, and Florida telling LGBTQ kids in general that they can't even learn about themselves or see themselves in the history books, when we have always been here. We have always been here. We will always be here. And so to kind of buck against that notion of canceling and point out some of those things that, we really do have a lot that we do in fact need to cancel in our culture, in our American culture. And so to kind of try to figure out how to say that. So
You said it.
thanks, Mary.
You said
I
it.
appreciate that.
The more you explain, the more I realize it was low-hanging fruit.
Oh,
waiting for somebody to grab it, and you grabbed it.
You sing this one. That would be amazing. Yeah,
I love that song.
Hey, I entered that into Tiny Desk this year. So yeah, if folks want to check out that video, they can find that up on my webpage.
Hey,
Yeah.
How does that work, Tiny Desk? So you enter and people vote?
Yeah, the people vote, and that just helps get like visibility, but ultimately it's like a panel of judges who actually vote on it or whatever. But for a singer-songwriter, it's just nice to get in front of some new ears, some ears that are kind of like not necessarily the kingmakers in the singer-songwriter realm, but it always looks really nice on a resume to have played a Tiny Desk concert. So
when you get that amount of exposure on
Exactly.
national, it's a
Yeah.
national platform, and there's not a lot of them that people pay attention to.
exactly.
So the meaning is the amount of ears that you reach.
Yeah.
Well, that song ought to do it. Y'all go vote for that song. Cancel culture. that ought to get you there. And
Thanks, Mary.
if it doesn't, it's been gerrymandered. It's a great song.
Thank
It's
you
a
so
timely
much.
song.
Appreciate that.
Well, I'm going to take it down another street
right.
altogether. This is my newest song, and it's goofy. And I'm learning how to be lighter.
Yeah.
It's interesting. As I get older, there's so much less heaviness inside of me. It's interesting. It's almost shocking in a way
Interesting.
that I'm shedding burdens with age, shedding a lot of layers of weight are being lifted. And I know it's through music and song and through friendships,
Yeah.
through love, through doing the work.
Yeah.
I've been sober a long time, 32 years, and
So incredible.
done a lot of therapy, and I've done a lot of work to lighten the burden inside of me, and turns out it's working.
All right.
Not every day, but some days I just don't feel the weight. And
awesome.
this day that this came into the world, it's feeling pretty good. Well, this motel room is a doozy, a rain shower, and a jacuzzi. It's a slice of heaven on the ground floor. They don't have an elevator, but there's a mini refrigerator, and we can back the car up to the keyless door. An easy chair, an ottoman, free internet for everyone, remote control, fireplace, TV, slippers and a trouser press, extra towels on request. It's the best Western, baby. Let's get the whirlpool whirling, get the hot water swirling, throw a CBD bath bomb in that tub. We don't need the Ritz-Carlton, the Four Seasons, or the Hilton. We got the best Western kind of love. Cotton robes, coffee, tea, organic, vegan toiletries, complimentary breakfast till 10. The do not disturb sign is on the door. Who the hell could ask for more? get the whirlpool whirling, get the hot water swirling, throw a CBD bath bomb in the tub. We don't need the Ritz-Carlton, the Four Seasons, or the Hilton. We got the best Western kind of love. We got the best Western kind of love.
So good. I feel like every single musician can 100% really feel that song so deeply. It's so good.
There was a long period of time where Best Western was like, no,
Yeah,
not
they're
the
really
Best
coming up,
Western.
yeah.
But they fixed them.
Oh yeah, the Best Western. So I lived in Boone, North Carolina, for 12 years. The Best Western in Boone was pretty nice back in the day.
They've been. If I think there's a word for it. It's not your straight up Best Western. It's this next level Best Western.
Nice.
Is nice.
That's good.
It's nice. The rain shower. It's
Yeah, that's pretty fancy. I was like, man, I wouldn't mind a rain shower. That's awesome. I'll stay at a Best Western. That's awesome.
Oh man.
So good, Mary. I love that.
Oh, me too.
So fun.
I like, I like exploring this sort of new terrain of lightness in song.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've done it's always been, I'm known for sort of, it was a dark and stormy night and things got really bad really fast and they haven't gotten better yet. That's kind of the thing.
But it's so good. The joy is so powerful, too.
I know.
We have to remember to keep our joy, to keep our sanity.
And hope is resistance.
Exactly.
I'm taking that.
That's 100% yours to take. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, even those of us who are doing the work of trying to make this world better, we're trying to, do what we can on the justice front. We also have to keep our sanity. And we keep that with hope and joy. So I love that. It's such a great song.
I think a lightness is in order
Most definitely.
because it's resistance.
Yeah, for sure.
The heaviness all around us is trying to drag us into hopelessness.
Yes, indeed.
And we can't let it.
Nope.
We can't let it.
Yeah.
The springtime is here.
Yeah, I loved your daffodils post. I wore my flower suspenders because of your daffodils post. It was so beautiful.
Did a close up way in there, and it's so pretty
Awesome.
inside. There's so much going on in a flower. If you really, really look at a flower, there's a whole world in there.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
yeah, thank you, buddy. So what you got?
Well, let's see here. I think I'll try to do a lighter one. Let's see. Oof, it's been a minute. We'll give it a shot.
Have you ever needed room to breathe? Just a respite from the noise, some steady ground. Find your footing before the riptides of your life pull you underneath. So busy trying to make your mark, you've almost let your spark go dark. Day-to-day grind that keeps you spinning. It keeps you spinning your wheels, and there's no winning. There's no winning the race that isn't real. So when you need to give a little more than what you've got left to give, and when something is missing but you don't know what it is, you can say whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Life is coming at you faster now. Before you know not theirs to steal. So when you need to give a little more than what you got left to give, and when something is missing but you don't know what it is, when you need a light in the day just to find your way home, when you're trying to hold on to something but it's already gone, well, you can say whoa, 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 yeah, whoa, 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 when you need to give a little more than what you got left to give, and when something is missing but you don't know what it is, you can say whoa, 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 yeah, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a fun one to sing in community. Just a room of folks with that 4-part harmony. Oh, it's so fun.
Oh, I can hear
It's
it.
good.
I can hear it. And I love that chuck thing you're doing on the
Thanks,
guitar.
yeah.
So are you hitting the wood with your fingers?
Yeah, so it's like I'm doing like a brush with the
Uh-huh.
strings down to the wood. So
Very cool.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's growing up in the AME church. I'm so used to a choir being back there on that 2 and 4. It's like hard for me to make music without
You
feeling like
gotta
I still
find
got
it
that with me.
somewhere. And that chuck is the
Yeah.
whole rhythm section.
Yeah.
And it moves you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually have my foot shaker and tambourine on too. I had to leave that at home, Mary. I didn't want to be doing too
The
much.
whole rig.
Yeah.
The whole rig. Well, that really moves. I love that song.
Thank you so much.
That's a new song.
Nope, that's an older one.
That's been
but it's
around.
unreleased. Yeah, but it's unreleased.
Oh,
so
okay.
Hopefully I'll get to make my first Nashville album. That one might be on my first Nashville album. We'll see.
Wow. Well, this has been incredible.
Oh man, just so delightful. I've had the best time.
It's fun, swapping
Totally.
songs.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for being with us today.
Absolutely.
Let's see. We didn't do the commercial yet. Let's do the commercial real quick. I thank you for your tips. I'm gonna, of course, share them with Chris and Jamie in the background who
Yeah,
helped us and
definitely.
got all the things dialed in.
Totally.
Just a quick commercial. There's always the bundle. Everything I've ever
Yes.
made. All the records.
Look at that.
It's I think it's 10 CDs plus an extra one. So it's 11 CDs because I found a box of these and I haven't sold them all out yet. So if you order the bundle today, you get the bundle plus one, which I think comes to 11 CDs. So
Amazing.
11 CDs, $50. Best deal in town.
That's a fact.
And of course, I'll always handwrite your favorite Mary Gauthier lyric on cardstock and send it to you. It's a wonderful present to yourself or to someone. And if you haven't done it yet, signed books. We got signed books. And what else we got? Anybody listen to vinyl? We got a 5 record set because this is a double.
Wow.
So all of these, $50 signed on my website. Vinyl. And Chris's stuff is available at crysmatthews.com.
That's it.
And thank you again for joining us on these Sundays. It's just been a wild ride, hasn't it? Who would have thought 2 years and a couple of months in we'd still be doing this? I actually think this is going to be a part of what we do.
Yeah, it's a great way to connect,
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Somebody else was saying they didn't think after not being able to play and do their job for 2 years that they'd still be able to maintain that deep connection with their fans, but they sure have because we've been able to do this to stay in contact with each other.
Yeah, and it just makes borders go away.
Yeah.
That was the most astonishing thing for me from the beginning. It's like, oh my God, we can reach the whole world and without borders, and you realize how profound that is.
Yeah.
That we can come together as one human family without borders by playing music and creating community around it in real time here online. So thanks everybody, and I guess we'll play one more here. I'm going to
Yeah.
end it with Mercy Now. And somebody asked if you'd try to jump in.
I'll do my best.
I don't know where to put you on this. I would tell you, but I don't know who I'm a
Oh, you
singer.
go in there. I'll try to sing it. I'll find you.
And thanks again.
Oh, Mary, thank you for having me. Absolute honor and a pleasure, my friend. Thank you, truly.
The joy is inside me. Well, my father sure could use a little mercy now. The fruits of his labor falling right slowly on the ground. His work is almost over. Won't be long, he won't be around. I love my father. He could use some mercy now. Beautiful. And my brother sure could use a little mercy now. He's a stranger to freedom, shackled to his fear and doubt. The pain that he lives in, it's almost more than living will allow. I love my brother. He could use some mercy now. My church and my country, they could use a little mercy now. As they sink into a poison pit, it's gonna take forever to climb out. They carry the weight of the faithful who follow them down. I love my church and country. They could use some mercy now. Every living thing could use a little mercy now. Only the hand of grace can end the race towards another mushroom cloud. There's people in power who'll do anything to keep their crown. I love life, life itself could use some mercy now. Yeah, we all could use a little mercy now. I know we don't deserve it, but we need it anyhow. We hang in the balance We dangle between hell and hallowed ground. And every single one of us could use some mercy now. Yeah, every single one of us could use some mercy now.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
Jeez, Mary.
Thanks
Definitely
for
needed to hear that one today.
singing. That was great.
Man.
Oh man, well thanks everybody. I don't know when we're going to be back live. We have some stuff coming up, but we'll do it when we can. Stay with us on the socials. Please follow Chris Matthews, C-R-Y-S Matthews on the socials, on Instagram, on all the things. Go to her website and check out her merchandise. Thanks everybody. We'll let you know when we're coming back. And if I do this right, there will be a video that comes on now. I think I got it. All right. We'll let you know when we're coming back. It won't be next week, but maybe the week after. We'll see. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.